Mind the gap.
To Bombay, a travelling circus came. They brought an intelligent elephant, and Nellie was her name. One dark night, she slipped her iron chain, and off she ran to Hindustan, and was never seen again. Until tonight, she's here. No, only joking. She is. She's not in time, right? We haven't got Nellie the elephant.
That's actually really.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think you possibly were both kind of thinking I might be going to start going, oh.
I was trying to work on an elephant in the room gag, but I didn't get any further than just the phrase.
Yes, yes, it's Time Ram, the Doctor Who podcast where we take a randomly selected story and stick in a randomly selected Doctor who doesn't belong there. They just don't belong there. And joining me, as usual, in the studio are Mr. Barry Williams.
I see pink elephants.
And Mr. Rupert Booth.
Time Ram, da-da-da-da-da.
But not Nellie the elephant.
No, I didn't know.
Sadly.
I didn't know elephants were coming.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine an elephant coming, blimey.
Just keep on going and going and going.
Yeah, masses of it.
Yeah.
You freeze it and build an igloo.
We're back on that already.
Yep, igloos out of elephant jizz. Off we go.
Very white igloo you got there.
What colours are igloos?
Yeah, they are generally. They come in white.
You come in white, yeah. Any colour you like.
As long as it's white.
As long as they're white, yeah. Or yellow, but you don't want to go in those igloos.
No.
That's the igloos from the wrong side of the tracks.
That's the one the Huskies have pissed on.
That's a guide for life, people. Never go in a yellow igloo. So anyway, yeah.
Well, that was Time Ram. Good night.
Enough about igloos. This week we're doing the Web of Fear, which totally doesn't feature any igloos.
No igloos of any kind.
No.
Yes.
Only yellow.
No. Until now.
Yeah. Yes, and it will be featuring David Tennant.
Mm.
David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. We need to specify David Tennant as the 10th Doctor, don't we?
Yes. David Tennant. Yes.
There are hundreds of the fucker now.
Yeah.
So
I should. Yeah. You know, I've got all my Doctor Who episodes on a hard drive, and number 10 is Tennant, number 14 is Againnant.
Againnant,
yeah.
Tennant Againnant.
Yeah.
Againnant, that's good, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tennant Againnant.
Tennant Againnant. Yes, because we need more David Tennant, because there's just not enough of him on television.
Yeah, I know. You go for, sometimes entire hours without seeing David Tennant on
Yeah.
Minutes. Yeah. He was presenting the BAFTAs this week, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So, yeah.
The Web of Fear.
Web of Fear. Yeah.
I watched it on the Whoniverse on iPlayer, and it was the first time I'd seen the animated version of the missing episode.
I watched the animated one as well. I usually do snaps because that's my preference, but I thought I only watched it once.
It was a fan animation, 5-6 years ago, possibly 10 years ago. Fanimation. It was quite good. It was one of the better Fanimations.
Was there a fan animation?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the one of the trailer.
There's one fan. He did entire episodes. He did episode 1 of Fury from the Deep, and he did Feast of Stephen, and he did Web of Fear 3. They're all quite good. Some of the better ones. I forget his name. I want to say Ballcock or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember his name. But
Mr.
yeah,
You want to say
Ballcock.
Ballcock because it's relevant, or just because you want to say it?
perhaps I just want to say it. Perhaps that's all it is.
Hey,
Yeah,
we all want to say Ballcock once in a while.
yeah,
Yeah, and he lives in an igloo.
with his ball cock.
We don't know what color it is.
Yeah, that 3D animation, it's odd because it's nice, but they're a bit kind of wide. They just look a strange
So
shape.
it's nicely set up. It's just the way everyone stands with their arms kind of hovering at the
Yeah.
sides, and
The
they kind
problem
of
I
keep
have with this sort of thing
rolling
is
around.
when they do the motion capture, they don't use actors.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
use
that's
whoever's in
exactly the
studio
problem
at
with
the
it.
time, and
Yeah.
actors move differently. You move differently when you're acting because you're telling the story, you're conveying.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Crown was like Hartnell. He was that sort of old school actor, worked on small screens.
Yeah.
And he does a lot quite close to his body. He's
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
delicate movements. And then
Yeah.
the animated version, he's just sort of waving his arms around all over the place.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot
And
of
it's like, well,
whenever
that's
someone
not
says,
Crown.
"Oh, the arm goes out wide,"
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We all do that in real life.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. It's brave effort, brave effort,
Yes.
and it is at least as true as possible to the surviving material.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I watched.
Unlike some.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I watched that story with my family. Not this time, but the previous time, and they were 10 minutes into episode 3, and they suddenly went, "Hang on, this is one animated."
Wow.
Why does everybody look really weird?
Perhaps
Yeah,
we
I
weren't
was
paying
Waving
attention.
his arms at everyone. Why is he trying to hit everyone all the time? Rather than hit on them all the time, which is how it happens.
Yeah, there is some evidence of that. Yeah. Do we
Him
want
and
some
Tina
plot?
Packer, though. Him and Tina Packer, I tell you, they've got a thing going.
Oh, definitely.
They've
Definitely.
got. I mean, they did, didn't they?
Oh.
They went into the yellow igloo. An elephant.
Legend.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
So we get an opening TARDIS scene, which is probably dependent on the previous story,
Yeah.
whatever that turns out to be.
Yeah.
Actually, when are we putting this? Where are we putting it?
Well, I was thinking if we haven't introduced, I mean, is the Brigadier? Oh, he's not the Brigadier in this, but
It's not a unit story. I don't see why it should be the Brigadier.
yeah. I was going to say, are we going to have Kate Lethbridge Stewart in? Are we going to have to introduce her? But
We don't. I
if
don't
it,
think we need
yeah,
to.
if it's not a unit story, is it? So
And the Tennant era, even when they do a unit story, it's some random colonel. So I'm quite happy just to have a random colonel.
yeah.
Can we have Magumbo? I liked her.
Magumbo.
The one that's in Turn Left.
Oh, okay, yeah, if you like, yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. I love Kate Lethbridge Stewart, but I kind of wish it had been her.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just love the way when she's talking to Rose, kind of going, okay, this is the time thing, this is the whatnot, that's the TARDIS, this is a glass of water. Love you. May have got her name wrong. I haven't watched that for a while. But I really like her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just check it so we can be sure.
Yes.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Fact check. Do, 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 do.
There's a YouTube channel that's been uploading those of Swap Shop. I've been happily downloading them.
Magambo. Captain Magambo.
Magambo.
There you go.
Wasn't far off.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can have Captain Magambo or Colonel Magambo. Then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
Yeah. So, yes.
We do kind of need two companions in this, don't we? It's rare in a 50 story that they both get things to do. Does that mean we're tied to Mickey and Rose? Can it ever have two other companion? Any other time he had two?
There's kind of one, I think there's only one story in which he's got Donna and Martha, isn't there?
Donna and Martha, and that's the kind of
The
two-part
Doctor's
unit.
daughter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're both in the Doctor's daughter as well.
They're both in the one beforehand as well. They were both in.
Sontaran, the Poison
Sontaran.
Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's a two-part. Well, actually, we might need a two-part.
Well, actually,
There's 6 episodes, so yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go with that then?
Okay. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. Yeah. All
Donna
right.
and Martha. Excellent.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, the story proper opens initially with Professor Travers who we last met in The Abominable Snowmen,
Oh,
Yeah.
did we?
which, if
Well,
you
yes,
recall,
we did, but with which doctor?
Yeah, we've had it. Yeah.
we've had it. It was with the Fifth Doctor.
Ah,
If you remember, we had the Fifth Doctor, Tegan
Yeah, I don't.
and Adric
oh yeah.
in the
Yes,
Himalayas.
yes.
Nissa was in the Delta
Delta Wave
Augmenta.
Augmenta.
Yeah.
We often put her in there, don't we?
We do, don't we? And there was an awful lot of giggling about Adric's ball as it kind of makes its way around the monastery.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I've checked that episode again to try and work out what the hell we did then. So we actually cast Professor Travers in that, obviously,
Yeah.
and we cast Michael Palin,
Michael Palin. Yeah.
Great.
which
Excellent.
kind of works.
Still around.
And this
Yeah.
time he's going to authentically be
Properly
sort of
aged.
nearly 30 years older.
It's going to be about
Yeah.
30 years older, which is about the right
and
time
not
scale.
and not
Yeah.
like kind of 2 months older as he
Yeah,
was in the original.
indeed. Yeah.
Mind you, I do think it's pretty good aging.
Yeah, well, it is.
I mean, all they do is stick a beard on him and grey his hair, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it kind of works.
Yeah. I mean, well, they get away with it. I wouldn't say it works that well, but they get away with it. Yeah. Mostly him going to sticking his lips out, going.
Yes,
Right,
he's done a lot of I'm old acting.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, we can have it set 30 years later with a 30 years older Michael Palin. I mean, the only problem, I
Yeah.
suppose, is that the original story was set in the 1930s, which means this would necessarily be set in the 60s, but it's not, is it? It's the present day.
It's not, is it? It's present day. Yeah.
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 Well, actually, the whole point, putting it in place at Sontaran's stratagem was quite nice because, everything's being evacuated. It's a thing that affects people
Mm.
Yeah.
on the surface,
Yeah,
things
well,
are
it's a similar
happening to
setup, yeah.
ordinary people.
So maybe if the original Abominable Snowmen is set in like the 70s, we can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just
It's unit
assume that was
dating.
the case.
It was all fucked up by the Time War.
Unit dating. There you go.
We have one line with Martha going, "This makes no sense," and the Doctor going, "Oh, they all died, Rose. You're not even
Yeah.
right."
Yeah. I mean, the Abominable Snowmen you can really have any time, can't you? Because
You have to be the 1930s.
up a mountain in Tibet, it's going to be the same for centuries, isn't it? It's,
That's
Yeah.
true.
I wonder if they have igloos.
In Tibet, I don't believe so.
They might.
Not that I've heard of. They have yurts. They've got yurts in Tibet. That's what they have, isn't it?
yeah.
I had yurts once, but the cream cleaned it up.
Oh, they got yellow yurts.
Yeah.
We all live in a yellow
Alpine
yurt.
banana tree. Two different musical styles. This is
Yes,
like an interactive movie.
It's a
Yes.
mashup.
Choose your song.
Copyright busting.
Yes.
Cool
Yeah.
mashup. Excellent. Good.
Then again, our auditions are so bad that maybe we don't put the
We
copyright.
might get away with it. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might.
Who knows what Lou is singing there?
Indeed.
So yeah, Travers, he's got a daughter
Yeah.
called Anne.
Mm.
And they go to meet this museum owner who in the original version is Julius Silverstein, who unfortunately is a bit of a Jewish
He's a
stereotype.
bit of a
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be that.
So maybe he's not called. Maybe he's called Jeff.
Coming off the back of Talons last week. I did start at the start, but I kind of went, "Oh fucking hell, here we go."
Yes.
But that's the power of world television, isn't it?
I'm afraid so. Yeah. This one falls on that quite a few times. So yeah. So yeah, they go meet this museum owner called Jeff,
Jeff.
who
Jeff Silverstein.
Yes.
That'll make it all right.
Jeff Stone. Jeff Stone.
Excellent.
Who has a Yeti. He bought a Yeti robot off
Mhm.
Travers about 30 years earlier.
Yeah.
And he wants to keep it. He thinks it might be worth a few bob now.
A bit reckless of Travers, isn't it?
He needed the money.
Yeah.
He got back from
Must
the
have done.
Himalayas. Yeah, expedition was a failure. He had to
Well,
pay
Python was
John's
finished, yeah.
had to pay John's funeral costs. Poor old John.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just needs some money.
Did John not have the insurance? That's reckless of him as well. These bloody explorers, honestly. Christ. We need to get a handle on their lives.
Sort it out. Come on.
Let's just live in igloos.
Yeah.
So Travis wants it back. He wants it back for a good reason because he's reactivated one of the control units while he was tinkering away, and he thinks it might be dangerous. Jeff's not having it. He tells him to sling his hook. And after he's gone, we get a very nicely directed film scene. Certainly in the original version, where the Yeti comes to life, the spear comes in. Yeti
Well, the whole
comes to
bit's
life.
on film. The whole
Scene's on
sequence.
film. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, it's literally the only reason it's there is to explain that Yeti's changed in appearance.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the original '80s Yetis were a bit large and furry. Now we've got a nice sleek 2006 Yeti with glowing eyes.
We got abs then.
It's got abs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a six-pack. Yeah.
Got a six-pack.
Is it literally? Sorry.
I was going to say, you get 6 spears in there, and you go.
I was going to say, is it literally on film because of the candles? I mean, would that be the reason?
Because the what?
Because of the candles.
Oh,
there's so many candles. There's so much fire going on.
I think it's literally
because
because
it's on film.
It's the only scene that's in that place, and they can do atmospheric lighting, and they can really focus some resources on it. I'll just assume. Yeah. Just handy to get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know why that scene's shot on film. I'm glad it is. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Camfield's very happy on film. I mean, unlike Richard Martin, Camfield's very happy in the studio as well. Yeah. It isn't it beautifully directed? I mean, before we go any further, the whole thing, it's so atmospheric and creepy and scary and lit nicely. You know, the lights aren't turned right up because they're in the tunnels.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Do we have any ideas for casting?
Pre-credit.
Pre-credit.
It's a good pre-credit for a Tennant story.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
You know, even ending with it.
Yeah. Into titles.
Titles, yeah.
Yeah, great. Do we have any casting ideas for Anne, or we just not got any
Carol
clues?
Cleveland.
Who?
That should be called, wouldn't she? Carol
Cleveland, yeah, Christ.
Yeah, but all right. Bit of an over-the-top reaction to Carol Cleveland.
I always have an over-the-top reaction to Carol Cleveland.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Sheridan Smith.
Sheridan Smith.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
All right.
The daughter of Professor Travers and Carol Cleveland. From his fling he had with Carol Cleveland in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
She was his mental health nurse when he had a breakdown from kind of, this fucking Yeti from space, man. That's how Michael Palin talks.
Is Michael Palin Northern?
Have you seen Ripping Yarns? I mean, no, obviously he isn't, but because I too have seen Ripping Yarns.
Is he from Ipswich? Why am I thinking he's from Ipswich? Is he?
He might as well.
Ipswich?
I don't know. I might have to Google that.
Let's ask Eric Idle on Twitter.
It just tells to fuck off.
Yeah, because he always gives nice, lovely measured rips.
Yeah, he's having a lovely time about the Pythons at the moment.
Yeah.
You can carry on. You don't have to wait for me
okay,
to
I was going to say. All right, fine. Yeah, so we come back to the TARDIS. Martha's not going to be on board yet, is she? Is it just the Doctor and Rose?
Martha's Donna.
Doctor and Donna. Yeah.
It's all right. You mentioned being mentally fucked earlier.
I am mentally fucked. Yeah.
You've got your caveat.
Yes. Got it in
well, that's the fact. It'll be the same as the Sontaran stratagem. Martha calls him and says, "Look, this is fucking web, man."
Yes. That's better than having them webbed up in space for ages, which is very much a 60s thing to slow the story down. So, yes.
Padding,
we'll cut straight to it. And like the Sontaran stratagem, we'll start with the TARDIS arriving and Martha waiting.
Yeah.
The ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Yes. We cut a lot of exposition here as Martha explains what's going on. Yeah. Takes them into
Michael
the tunnels.
Palin is from Sheffield, by the way.
Sheffield. Oh, he's quite northern then.
Yeah.
All right. Fair
I don't know where I got Ipswich from. I don't know where that came from.
Well, yeah, Colchester, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is northern there.
Muck Nebraska.
So she takes him into the underground.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Well, I'd guess the materialize in the underground.
Liquid materials in the underground, yeah.
Because she's going to be down there. She's going to be stuck down there. She's going to be like a medical advisor to UNIT.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
She's got some signal, and she's giving her a call.
Well, she's got clever TARDIS signal.
Clever TARDIS signal. Yeah. Okay.
Got no other signals, which nicely gets rid of the whole mobile phone thing, which is always a problem when you go to doing
Yes.
Indeed.
or 70 stories or 80 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the entire story, people are weeping because their mobile phones aren't working.
Yeah,
Just-
just people in complete withdrawal.
Yes. Collapsing in the corner.
Yeah. There'd be none of that stuff of them not knowing where they were, because Donna would instantly recognize that they were in the
Yeah,
underground.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and instantly, and that's quite a nice way of doing it because instantly she's going, "Well, what the hell's wrong?"
Yeah.
You know, straight away she's straight in going, "Well, what's wrong? Where's Martha?" You know, they go upstairs and find ye old man covered in cobwebs. Why was he? What's he doing there? How
Just
long
selling
has he been
papers.
there?
Yeah.
Just selling papers.
Is he not putrefying?
Just, he's
been there a couple of days, dead. He's going to be a
Yeah.
bit,
smelly.
you know. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's protected by the web.
He's protected by the web.
Yeah. Would they still have web, or would it be more like the kind of Suntaran Poisonous Sky with a
It
Poisonous
is
Sky?
called the Web of Fear,
It is called the Web of
Yes.
Fear, that's true. We move away
rather
from
than
that
the
uphill.
kind of rather than the slight fog of fear.
Yeah.
Um,
They call it the Web of Fear, then they spend the entire fucking story talking about fungus.
Yeah.
They go, oh, there's
yeah,
fungus.
it's not very
Fungus
webby
of
actually,
fear.
is it? But, having
Yeah.
said that,
And then it
But-
looks like foam. So it's kind of,
well, it looks like foam sometimes. Otherwise, it looks like fiberglass strands.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I think it was fiberglass strands.
Mm.
The foam, fungus, fiberglass stands of fear.
Fiberglassy foam
Mhm.
fungus of fear.
It's catchy.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely alliterative.
Yes. I think they would. I don't think they'd build sets for this. I think they would go to like Aldwych or somewhere and actually
Yeah, I think
film
that'd
it
be-
on tube
I
stations.
think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I think you have to
Yeah,
build
that'd be a
sets
good shout.
sometimes, but yeah, there'd be a lot more. They'd be able to afford to film at the tube station.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they could afford to film at Aldwych for the extras. I watched the Fraser Hines extra, after
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glory, and
Yeah.
there he is wandering around the tube station, and you're just going, "Blimey,
Yeah.
afford it nowadays
Yeah. It's like for a DVD extra,
for a DVD extra." Yeah.
cost tuppence.
But
Oh.
as everyone always says, the sets are fantastic in the original.
Yeah.
They are really good.
They are,
Yeah.
convincing.
Yeah.
I like David Meyer Clough Jones. I think he only did about 3 stories, but he's really good in all of them. Did Ambassadors of Death as well, and another one, I think. People
great,
never
I mean-
talk about him, but I think he's a tremendous set designer.
It's great.
Yeah.
We're getting ahead of ourselves, slow, but in the last episode, we're in the ticket office, and he's built a set with a ceiling,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's just convincing that you're there, and
You
it's
so rarely get that in the 60s, absolutely.
So
Well, you don't
rarely.
get it in the original run at all.
yeah, well, yeah,
It's just really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And kudos, because it's always harder to make something that we all have seen and know convincing than it is an alien planet or whatever.
hmm
So yeah, really, really well done and beautifully shot.
yeah. We can cut quite a lot of business actually if she's taking them straight into the action. They met
Mhm.
Martha. They've met Martha straight away.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Right,
or
okay.
not far off. We could have a bit of danger where Martha's trying to find exactly where the TARDIS has landed and gets menaced by a Yeti in the shadows.
Yeah, I mean,
You probably do something like that. You probably get a bit more threatened straight away in this
Yeah.
one.
it is used to split the Doctor off, and he goes off on his own looking for. Well, he sees soldiers laying cable, and he goes off looking for where the cable's going. Well,
Yeah, you're not going to
Those
get
one-
all the stuff with neither Martha or Donna are going to jump onto the rails. with the
Yeah.
rails.
You're not going to get the Doctor disappear for a good 10-15 minute chunk in the middle of the episode.
No,
yeah.
you're not.
So it's
Actually, maybe Martha's not on her own when she's looking for the Doctor. She's with, Private Red Shirt. And they get attacked by a Yeti and he gets clobbered and she runs off and then she meets the Doctor, so you've got a bit of
Yeah.
action there.
bit of action. Yeah. Yeah,
Actually, why don't we have that happen to Donna? Because then that does split Donna and the Doctor up
Mm-hmm.
and gives the Doctor
Mm.
time to go. He does need to be split off and explore a few things and meet the Brigadier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Colonel.
Meet the Colonel.
Yeah.
So if we have it happening to Donna, and it's also threat immediately straight away. What the fuck's happened to Donna? Where is she? You've got to save her.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you get the nice reunion with Martha, but offset by losing Donna.
Yeah.
So the Doctor meets Martha, and Donna's
Yeah.
gone off somewhere. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think they both meet Martha, or they're both trying to find Martha.
Mhm.
And go off. Yeah, well, look, let's split up. We'll meet back here in 2 minutes.
Mm.
But Donna gets warded off by a Yeti.
Yeah.
Okay. We do also get to meet the guys in the army base. They're
Mhm.
based in Goode Street,
Mhm.
and we've got quite a few characters here. We've got we've got Blake and Lane, are just the kind of normal soldiers that are kind of sort of hanging around by the
Mhm.
radio. We've got
Gareth Thomas still alive at this point. I think he might have been. Go have him with Blake.
yeah, there's Blake. Hey.
Hey.
Oh. We've got the journalist. He's called Chorley, Harold Chorley.
Yeah, I kept thinking about Shorty, and I thought it'd be lovely to have David Frost because he's based on David Frost. I'm not sure if he was
Yeah.
alive by this point,
He might have been.
and he wasn't an actor anyway.
He wasn't an actor. No, I don't think he would have done it.
No.
It's John Rollison in the original, isn't it?
Yeah.
From
So bearing in mind- bearing in
very
mind-
briefly in the Avengers.
Bearing in mind he's based on David Frost, who would be the contemporary reporter presenter?
Paxman.
Paxton. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's not going to do it, is he?
No, he's not. No.
No, but you can base it on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Someone do
come on, Doctor, give me the answer.
it.
Right, sorry, you've taken too long.
You dealing with these Yeti or not?
People want to know.
Answer the question.
Could be Piers Morgan, and everybody, every time he meets a Yeti, everybody's just going, yeah, kill him! Fucking kill him!
You know what? Piers Morgan is more the kind of person that RTD would go for, isn't he?
Yeah.
More the kind
Jeremy
of
Clarkson.
personality.
Yeah.
Clarkson isn't a journalist.
Mm.
It's just a walking arse with petrol fumes coming out of it. Face like a yak's backside and a backside like a yak's face.
And he lives in a yellow igloo.
He lives in a yellow igloo on his
Yeah,
own.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. But it's got wheels on.
Yeah, they don't work.
Oh dear. Okay, so someone doing an impression of one of them.
I'd say Piers Morgan, actually, I'd say, because that kind of oily, yeah,
Yeah.
he'd fit in really well. He'd be an absolute master that everyone, he'd be the character you'd love to hate throughout the
Mhm.
entire.
Mhm.
I don't know who play him.
I don't know who played him. No.
Anton Deck. Just swapping over for each episode.
I see. And he's interviewing Captain Knight.
Yeah.
Who
Who
is
plays? Who's the guy who plays Carlo Jack? I never remember his name.
oh, I know, yes.
Him.
Him. He's quite a big star. Yeah.
I really like him as an actor. I can never remember his name.
No.
Adrian Scarborough. I've just
Adrian
remembered his
Scarborough.
name.
Adrian Scarborough. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He-
Baz.
he-
Didn't make
he'd
it
be
go through
able-
that.
He's a really good actor. He'd be able to do
He's
the
great.
kind of oily thing. He'd also be able to do
Yeah.
complete menace. Because one of the things I love about it's a shame that we all encountered Web of Fear first, presumably in the book.
Mm,
Yeah.
We know who the intelligence was, but the way they throw suspicion around
yeah.
Yeah.
is nice,
Yeah.
and it's perfectly reasonable that Chorley could have been the one.
It would probably have made more sense, frankly. But yeah.
Yeah, but it would be too obvious.
Yeah.
So I think he'd play that superbly. So Adrian Scarborough,
Okay. Adrian Scarborough. Yeah. Excellent.
Adrian Scarborough playing Piers Morgan. Nice.
Brilliant. Chorley says he's interviewing Captain Knight, who's in charge of this
Yeah.
place.
He'll be someone young and sexy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think the point of what I enjoy about Captain Knight is when we first see him, he's trying to flirt with Anne Travers
Yeah,
in sort of typical caveman style.
getting absolutely nowhere at all. I
Yeah,
love that.
Absolutely
bit.
nowhere.
Really, she isn't, and it's not overplayed either. It's not. She's not, you know, portrayed as quote frigid unquote.
Yeah.
I'm doing Star Trek.
Yeah.
That sort of time. I love Anne Travers. She's just totally competent. She's totally getting on with it,
Yeah.
and she's vulnerable, and she's kind of realistic.
Yeah. And that scene's completely on her side. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, she has that brilliant line. I think that's one of my favorite lines ever in Doctor Who about
The little
when
girl
she.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it, love it. Really good.
Yeah.
So who's playing her? Helen Mirren?
Did we
Or are we
say
saving her for
Sheridan
England?
Smith? We said
She'd be a
no.
bit old, I think.
We
Yeah.
said
Oh, it's Sarah Sheridan's. Yeah, of course.
Sheridan Smith. That's yeah. I was
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
didn't we do
yeah.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, she's there as well with the prof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sheridan Smith, Michael Palin, and Adrian Scarborough. I'm down with this.
Yeah.
pretty good
Not
cast.
bad, is it?
Pretty good
Oh, yeah.
cast. Yeah.
That's worth the price of admission.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, we got Staff Sergeant Arnold, of course, as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is being laying the cable in the
Terry Jones.
tunnels. I'm not sure Terry Jones is right though.
Maybe not.
I don't know who you would cast now. I mean, it's kind of it's a
Yeah.
strange sort of William Hartnell type role, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
I was thinking somebody like Maurice Roives, but I don't know.
if he was alive then.
Yeah,
He'd be good.
when did he
He'd be
die?
good.
Yeah.
That's better than my thought. I was thinking Windsor Davies, but then I'm a twat.
Yeah.
Lovely boy, lovely boy, lovely boy. Yeah. So, I mean, he's a fairly important one.
He's very important.
Maurice Roives died in 2020, so
Oh, well, there you go. You've got
it's-
plenty of
Let's
Maurice
go with
Roives.
him. Fantastic.
Right, excellent. Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Really good actor. Always liked him in everything he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great in The Nightmare Man.
Yeah.
He's really human in The Nightmare Man.
hmm
Yeah, very, very, but very much a contrast to Stotts.
Yeah.
I love his slightly sort of indeterminate accent. Is he
Yeah.
a Geordie? Is he Scottish?
Yeah.
Where's he
Yeah.
from?
He's got McGowan syndrome, and McGowan sometimes
Yeah.
is one word Irish and the next word American.
Yeah.
Then the next bit's perfectly RP.
Yeah.
Make your mind up, Pat.
Yeah.
Uh,
They all taught RP in those days, weren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
Got to learn to talk proper.
indeed.
Yes. So when I take it the Doctor and Martha turn up initially.
Yeah.
Is it the Doctor? Hasn't the Doctor got to go off and meet the Colonel?
Okay, so is it just Donna turns up? Who? What?
Well. Let's say that the Doctor meets Martha,
Yeah.
and then they get separated, and Martha meets Donna. That's really contrived. I don't know.
Someone in the tunnels obviously finds these kind of the explosives that are going to be set off,
Yeah.
and they've
You know what?
been
We could
revved
make,
up.
we've got Donna wandering.
Mm.
Why don't we
Yeah.
just make all that stuff, including meeting the Colonel, happen to Donna?
Donna, right? So Donna,
And the
Yeah.
Doctor's straight into the action, straight into getting the story, finding out what's going on, getting the gen,
yes,
doing the exposition.
he's not going to get locked up like Jamie and Victoria do. He's going to be
No.
right. This is my
Yeah.
unit pass, whatever from the past.
Yeah, this absolutely. He's got his psychic paper,
Psychic
all that
paper,
sort of
you
thing,
know.
and we're straight to kind of, oh, it's Professor Travers. Hello.
Hello, Professor Travers, it's me. Travers is like, who?
Oh.
Because Travers isn't going to recognise him, so he's going to be like, "What?
No.
Who are you?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
Travers is just going to slap him one. Don't call me old, you fucker. The fuck are you?
So Michael Palin talks.
Commercial time.
We are going on a journey, a very long journey, through the world of the Target novelizations in publication order. Every week, we are looking at a new book, talking about Terrence Dicks, Malcolm Hulke, and all our Doctor Who novelization friends. Whatever you do, keep turning the pages. This is Jason Miller of the Doctor Who Literature Podcast, a member of the Direction Point Podcast Network, and you are listening to Woof Time Ram.
So the other soldier there is called Weems. I didn't mention Weems earlier, but he's called Weems.
Weems.
Apologies to anyone out there whose surname is Weems or whose first name is Weems. Though, if your first name is Weems, I'm sorry for you.
Someone called Weems. That'd be quite a name, wouldn't it?
Weems. Yes, Weems. Who's playing Weems?
Some young stud, I would say. Some youngish,
A thrusting-
thrusting stud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe Wood, actually, isn't it?
William Shatner.
It's not going to be William Shatner. Not even RTD would go to William Shatner and go, "I just believe Weems." William Shatner would just like leap into the air and drop kick him in the chest at the age of 90. Bam, 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 bam.
RTT go down. And they go, yeah, not everyone
It's
keeps their
going
genitals
straight
in the
down
same
like a
place.
sack of whales. Yeah.
So Weems tells them there's not been an explosion from the explosives. They set off the explosives, but there've been no explosion from the explosives.
That's how Tennant would say it.
Yeah.
Like, no explosion from the explosives. Oh, explosives should explode.
So they get a bit suspicious. They think there might be sabotage somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
So does that mean Dono found the explosives and got kind of not blown up?
I imagine so. Yeah,
That's going to have happened, isn't it? Yeah.
that's going to have happened. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Of course, she runs into Magambo, Colonel Magambo.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all good. Yeah. We get a quite a nice scene as well where they've got the radio and they hear loads of gunfire from Holborn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is where
Holborn.
the
It's actually
Holborn.
pronounced.
Holborn,
Holborn.
which is where the other army unit guys, the kind of
Yeah.
the weapon type soldier dudes
Yes.
brought
Soldiers.
weapons. Those guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a lovely subtle tiny bit in this where Chorley goes, great stuff. Well, I just love that. It's a lovely little note, it's lovely, and they'll kind of give them a look of, you filth, you're just crap.
Yeah.
it's scum. Yeah.
He's scum, isn't he? Chorley is just scum
He's
throughout.
horrible. Yeah.
Someone really didn't like David Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe Donna witnesses this, but anyway, they all these guys get killed, and Magambo's the only survivor. So apart from Driver Evans.
Yes.
Driver Evans turns up in the tunnels as well.
Yes.
Driver Evans. I mean,
there is lovely. Yeah.
Driver Evans, possibly the most racist character to play in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing we talked about the Jewish
We did do
stereotype.
Lee Sen Chang last week. I mean,
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's playing the stereotypical Welsh coward.
At least he isn't in Welsh.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a terrible insult to my ancestors, and people did actually complain about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So
Duncan, who has Welsh ancestry. Williams. Always complained about Driver Evans and went, well, this isn't representing the Welsh very well.
no.
And I would go, yeah, it's totally accurate.
It's not something RTD would do. Let's put it that way.
No. No. But he is going to be comic relief.
Yeah.
One thing I do like about Evans is there's sometimes where he does suddenly seem really sinister. And you think, is it him?
Yeah. It's quite nicely pitched.
So
Yeah.
who's playing Evans then?
Who's playing Evans? Who's playing Evans? Danny Dyer. No.
Danny Dyer. Oh, surely he should be wee.
Yeah, cast him recently. I don't know. Who's playing?
You think after the complaints about Evans in the original, that a sort of an edict came down that said, sort of, from now on, every single Welshman has got to be played by Talfred Thomas.
I would suggest not making him Welsh if he's going to be that type of character. But
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be Talfred Thomas. I don't.
It's not going to be Talfred
No.
Thomas.
There's a liar around
No,
there.
no,
Very
long
dead.
dead. Long dead.
Yes.
Who's the guy in Heartbeat? Nick Berry.
Nick Berry.
Very.
Nick Berry.
Nick Berry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably vastly too expensive since we've already got like Sheridan Smith and Michael Palin and Adrian Scarborough. But
Once again, we're
hey,
going for the cream of equity.
we have an unlimited budget on Time Ram.
Clearly,
That's how we get round the nonsense.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're all available all the time.
In the Time Ram universe, Disney came in early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RTD had like billions to play with.
So I'm going to try and get us back on base with the plot here. I'm trying to work out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running about, people going to different
Yeah.
places and coming back again, which actually we probably don't really need for the basic kind of thrust of the story. But yeah, there's people going back to Charing Cross where they set the explosives that haven't gone off. That's Arnold and Blake originally. And yeah, they meet, obviously the Doctor would meet Travers again and have that reunion. We kind of discussed that, I think, haven't
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
we? Hello.
All that, isn't it?
Yeah. We can have some.
You're brilliant.
We can keep in the scene of Chorley accusing the Doctor of sabotaging the explosives, maybe, because he's the sort of guy that would do that anyway.
Yeah.
And then obviously we start to bring in the idea of the fungus. The fungus is going around the circle line.
Yeah.
and gradually cutting them off.
It's going to have a hard time of it. The circle line just takes forever.
Yeah.
I never like the circle line.
It gets around the circle line pretty quick, actually, doesn't it? It
The
doesn't.
district line's a bastard as well.
It's,
I'm not
it's
a fan of the district line.
It's an express fungus.
So yeah, this guy Euston disappears, and then some other stations disappear. So I guess is it going to be Donna's going to be out and about, meeting Magambo and dealing with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they deal with it? They just run away, don't they? They just
Kind of run away.
to base straight away.
Yeah.
I think we look at the fact that episode 2 is clearly Troughton's week off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so obvious. You just so wouldn't get away with that nowadays. You can't have your lead not in it for a chunk.
The story, I mean, it keeps your attention, but I mean, it treads water for an awful lot of time.
Yeah. It keeps your attention, I think, partially because of Douglas Camfield.
Yeah.
He just directs it very well. Even if the Doctor isn't around, and even if you're treading water, it's still beautifully shot and beautifully told.
Oh, please be quiet.
Okay, yeah. So there's scenes with Jamie and some soldiers wandering around the tunnels, and they get surrounded by some Yeti in episode 2 of the original version. Maybe that could be Martha. I'm not quite sure how to fit it in with.
That is padding. There's the whole thing.
It is padding because they then get released
the
again.
pyramid and it'll be fine.
Yeah, they get released again.
Destroy the pyramid and it isn't.
Yeah. We should cut to the chase. We have maybe Donna and Magambo out in the tunnels, and they see the Yeti coming in with the pyramid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martha's read a history. She knows that not Martha, Donna. Jesus.
Donna. Yeah.
Donna. Okay, somebody's mentioned to Donna that the previous time they had a pyramid, and she thinks, we should break that.
Yeah.
So she gets Magambo to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it happens. Does now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Fungus comes in the station.
Magambo waves her arms around wildly because we're into episode 3.
We're getting into episode 3. Yeah. And they have to run. Like loons.
Indeed.
Good. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what the Doctor and Martha are doing, but they're back at the base. Maybe they're just doing the technical stuff.
Well, they've been meeting up with Travers.
Meeting up with Travers. Yeah.
All that sort of bit. Getting the gen. You've got that bit where the Brigadier's pointing at slides.
Well, yeah, that's most of episode 3 is we get the slideshow. The Doctor, the Brigadier comes in, or the Colonel F. Stewart as he is at the time, and does a massively long explanation of what's been happening in London, which we're going to need at some point. But,
we're going to need, yeah.
But perhaps not a slideshow. Perhaps
it'll be video, obviously.
He's got some amazing Minority Report shit that he just kind of pulls these pictures open, kind of slide things across, and does all that stuff.
I think it's RTD. I think it'll be YouTube. I think it'd be a compilation of YouTube videos, people kind of going, the sky's gone weird and there's fungus everywhere and I don't know what's going on. Oh no! And then they die.
A report on the news and episode of the
Water
Show.
Yeah.
And Derek Acker going, I don't know, it wasn't me. Saying, get out of my pub.
EastEnders kind of.
There's fungus everywhere.
Yes. He's then what's in it? Back from the dead as fungus form. Wallop. Because that's how they all talk in EastEnders.
Yeah.
More times since I've seen it.
Yeah.
They kind of do.
So yes, the explosive haven't worked. So this is where we get the idea. They think, right, we'll put some explosives on a trolley.
Mm-hmm.
Because mobile explosives can't get webbed.
Yeah.
They're moving too fast for them.
Oh, another trolley. Trolleys are brilliant. Hello, trolley. They all died, trolley. Planet.
Unfortunately, there's a traitor. There's a traitor in the mist.
Trolley traitor.
It's a real trolley problem. Somebody unlocks the main door.
Some fucking igloo dweller.
Get in. Get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens around here. Unlock the cat flap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti, bloody Yeti.
Bloody Yeti.
Tap it on the window.
In a shorty nighty. Carry. Theatre. Theatre.
I mean, my name's like Even Theatre, is it? You know? I'm Weems.
Right, stop that! Silly!
Anyway, these Yeti, they break into the explosive store. They got all the explosives in a big old store.
Mhm.
And he gets webbed up good.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's another story that goes nowhere.
Webbed up good.
It's been webbed up good pace. Yeah.
Web.
And this is the point where Martha makes a mistake as well. She mentions the TARDIS to Thorny, who kind of runs off into the tunnels. He's out of there.
I've never understood why the Doctor's so worried about this, because how's he going to get in?
Yeah.
He can't
Even
get
if he
in.
could, he can't fly it, can he?
Yeah, you know, he's just going to sort of, all he can do is kind of be meaninglessly at the door a bit. And then go, well, that was a waste of my time, wasn't it? Damn.
Yeah. It's about the first sign of trouble. He's away on his toes. I mean, he deserves everything he gets, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you, I mean, in that situation, first sign of trouble, I think I'd be away as well.
Yeah.
If I knew there was a TARDIS, I might just hang around outside it a bit. You know.
Stick in here. Yeah. Off you go, Doctor. See you later. Right.
Yeah.
I'll watch
On the
another one
ground,
now.
eventually the Doctor's going to win and get back to the TARDIS and pop in and off we go.
All right. You have a nice cup of tea.
I'd love to do a story sometime where somebody like who, you know, knows nothing about the TARDIS or whatever nicks it, you know, as is kind of often hinted at in the program.
Mhm.
But then is just like stuck in there for fucking years, just wandering around the thing, eating food from the food machine, just thinking, what do I do?
Encountering the one Cyberman that's still in there from Attack of the
Yeah.
Cyber or Earthshock, one of the two. I can't remember which, but apparently Cyberman wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine it kind of coming to a corridor at some point going, and going off on that direction. And then, you know, it's another 20 years. It's been walking down that corridor and it comes to a direction. And then off it goes again. It's quite happy.
And a random Sontaran from the Vision of Time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Weems gets murdered. He gets murdered by Yeti. Yeah, afraid so. Paul Weems, yeah. Most of the others are out. They've nipped out for they've gone down the shop for some milk, I think.
Off from McDonald's.
Yeah. They've gone somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the Yeti come in, they murder Weems and they take Travers with them.
Mm-hmm. Poor Weems.
Poor Weems.
Poor Weems.
Poor Weems.
Weems Nimrod.
Yeah, so we're about halfway through at this point, actually. That's the end of episode 3 in the original version.
Yep.
We've got some more scenes. There's a pointless scene in the tunnels where the Doctor gets a sample of fungus. It goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It's, you know, nothing gets done with it.
He just likes getting samples.
You know, he gets his sample. Later on, it disappears. Nobody really knows why.
He does it in Seeds of Death as well.
I suppose the only relevance is that it's another kind of there's a traitor in our midst.
Yeah. It's used to cast
mechanical
suspicion on Evans, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason it's there. Yeah. It's an odd choice.
I do love that bit where he's taking a sample of us. I know it's just the fungus in front of the camera and so on, but it's nice. It's atmospheric. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he eventually gets back to the base, and they find Anne's there. She's been kind of knocked out. So they have to sort of wake her up.
Isn't it bizarre when you get to that bit and you go, "Oh, this is the New Zealand censor clip."
Yeah,
that we watched again and again and again because it was all there was.
I mean, it's so nice now because I mean, I've watched episode 1 so many times and gone,
I'm still amazed that you can then go on to episode 2.
You can then now go straight into episode 2, which is fantastic.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I thought I still get a bit of a frisson from watching Tomb of the Cybermen, which was recovered 32 years ago. But there's still that bit going, I'm watching Tomb.
Yeah. Tomb exists. Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Tombs existed now for much longer than it didn't exist.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit special.
Yeah. It's really odd to be able to watch stories from that era that you've always seen in really nice quality.
Yes.
And didn't originally watch in kind of 35th generation.
Never had the shitty VHS version,
Yeah.
With sound that went throughout.
Bastard's death just sort of vibrating across the screen.
All over the place, yeah. Edge of Destruction was one of my worst. Edge of Destruction was just the top half of the picture was loping off to the side all the time.
You just see their legs.
Yeah, but I didn't care. Still amazing.
So, yes, they get back to the base. Someone's a traitor. Travers is gone, so the Doctor and Anne have to work together now. They work together to work on Travers' project, which he was building a control unit. He was going to try and take control of one of the balls, one of Adric's balls.
They're so going to have a frisson going on. They're so going to have a thing.
The flirting with the Doctor is working. The Doctor's much better flirt game than Captain Knight.
Yeah.
Absolutely succeeding.
Yeah, Captain Knight's in the background going, fuck. Wait for you. Oh, hello. No, I see.
So we get some slightly bizarre choices. Magambo hears about the TARDIS as well, and she decides to rescue it from Covent Garden, which is where they left it. So
I always thought this was a bit of a leap of faith on the Colonel's part. Yeah.
It's a bit out of left field. Yeah.
It is about left field, yeah.
Yeah. It's not what we associate with the good old Brigadier, really.
Now, if it had happened after, I mean, I love the bit when the massacre that's coming up. And Courtney really sells as just complete, I'm out of my depth. I don't know what to do. Everyone's being killed. I can't fight it. That's what I've been trained for. I don't know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
At that point, it would have made more sense to go, police box, great, let's do that.
Yeah.
But it does seem a bit odd.
It is just an excuse to peel him off with a bunch of stuntmen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they head overground into this this kind of yard. Yeah, sort of warehouse yard thing.
Yeah. It's very recognisable.
Mm.
It really is, because I've spent a lot of time in Covent Garden. It really is very recognisable. It's changed, it's got gates and things, but the moment you look at a photo, you can go, oh yeah, that's that street, this is this.
A lot of it's still there, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually still for once.
All the buildings are the same. You know, Covent Garden hasn't changed architecturally all that much. It's been updated, but it's very, very recognisable.
So they have an extended battle with bazookas and the like, and eventually.
Oh, which we get Cyberman music. We get
yes.
I've always wondered why. Like, is it Peter Bryant who's producing this?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Why didn't say, mate, we use that for the Cybermen? Don't use that; it'll confuse. Probably because he was pissed.
Peter Bryant couldn't give a shit. Yeah, he was.
He really couldn't give a shit, could he? No.
Let's get on with it.
Yeah. Coasting is Peter Bryant.
Very much so. Yes. But I mean, this scene really worked. I mean, you can see why they thought, oh, we'll do some more of this. We'll get Douglas Camfield back to do the same in the Invasion.
Yeah.
And indeed, we'll do the same thing in Ambassadors
and we'll do the Pertwee era, absolutely. And it is great.
Mind of Evil, you know, we'll keep doing this. Yeah, it really works.
The shot looks really expensive.
Yeah.
Probably was really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Ultimately fairly pointless.
Ultimately pointless. The soldiers get massacred. Magambo and Blake kind of run into a warehouse and hide on top of some crates.
Avon's there and Blake's going, is it you?
Blake gets dragged off the crates, so it's all over for Blake. He's done.
Yeah.
Magambo gets away somehow, but
yeah.
I
mean, we're going to keep this. Obviously, we're going to have a major.
Obviously, this is the set piece. We have to keep this. Yeah. And they would spend money on it, and it would look really good. I think. Yeah.
As it does in the original.
We got some other plots going on.
Who's directing our modern version?
Who directed The Poison Sky?
James Hawes?
Possibly.
Was he a writer? I'm not so good on new series.
Douglas McKinnon, so that's pretty good. That's right.
Doug Lai.
There's some other plots going on as well. So episode 4 is the good episode. We've got
they're all pretty good.
We got Arnold and Lane and Evans actually are kind of, they're now using the trolley to kind of get to Covent Garden. They're going to put the TARDIS on the trolley. This is the other way of getting there. So Arnold and Lane push into the fungus with breathing apparatus on, and then we hear a terrible scream, and Evans pulls the trolley out, and it's Lane on it.
That's a great scene.
Yeah.
So that's lovely. Yep.
Very nice. And then Captain Knight's virtually the only soldier left back at the base now. But then the Doctor persuades him he needs some components, so they go up to the surface. To an electronics shop.
Yeah.
Another great little scene. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Where Knight gets killed.
Yeah, it's all fairly brutal, this episode, isn't it?
Everyone gets killed in this episode. All the soldiers, it all just happens at once. Everyone dies.
Yeah.
Virtually everyone who gets killed turns out to have had a little Yeti model in their pocket.
Yeah.
And the doctor's constantly being given these models and having to deactivate them and go, no.
I do love the way Troughton just kind of like welts on the back of the Yeti as well.
Yeah, he gets stuck in, doesn't he? Yeah.
Gets stuck in, yeah. I can't imagine Tennant doing that for some reason.
He'd have his sonic screwdriver.
He'd have his sonic screwdriver.
Trying to, I don't know, confuse it. Confuse it with some sonic.
Yeah.
And
then just ignore it.
The doctor gets back with what he needs. Kind of wondering, is he working with Anne or is he working with Martha? We've got Martha there. It seems odd to be. I suppose Martha's more medical doctor. I suppose. Yeah.
What are Jamie and Victoria doing at this point?
Not a lot, to be fair. In this particular episode, I mean, they're around, but I don't think they're up to much. I mean, they come back to the base. They're all there in the base. The doctor, Anne, and obviously Jamie, Victoria in the original, Martha, and Donna. Where's Donna? Donna's kind of got back with McGavin, presumably. Yeah, and the Colonel comes back. Somehow survives.
Brain fucked.
Love it. I don't know how she gets back when she's got one of those models in her pocket, but apparently she does. So yeah.
Well, she does because that's the point of it. She's supposed to lead the Yeti.
Yeah, she's very much wearing plot armor. Yeah,
that's why intelligence is great.
But as you say, Nicholas Corney puts in a great performance. So,
it looks really despairing.
Very frazzled.
Do you think the great intelligence has a sort of second in command? You know, the average intelligence,
slightly lesser intelligence.
You're not all that intelligent.
He's the kind of
they always point and laugh at the massive stupid.
He's the kind of Dalek Pewdie version. Get some Yeti. The below average intelligence.
The below average intelligence came up with the idea of the Yeti in the underground because, I mean, in Tibet, fine, that makes sense. But in the underground, I don't know, why not just make an evil tube train?
So they're all there, and then Travers comes in. Travers is under the control of the great intelligence.
Yeah.
And basically lays it on them. The doctor needs to surrender himself and get his mind wiped in this machine that the great intelligence has built. And if he doesn't, he's going to kill everyone. Yeah. And he takes presumably Donna, maybe away with him.
Yeah.
To as a hostage to kind of make sure the doctor will go through it. He's got 20 minutes to hand himself in.
Which is kind of odd. Why give him 20 minutes?
So he's got time to come up with a plan to defeat him, obviously.
Indeed. Yes. Indeed. Not so great intelligence.
Yes.
That was an idea from the below average intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah. Which the great one's got to take because demarcation or something like that.
It's his brother.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Great Intelligence, she'll lose her shit if he doesn't take it with him.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I see Mrs. Great Intelligence as Uther Joyce.
So we go to the original version, episode 5, which has, I would say, a higher level of padding than average. Jamie and Lethbridge Stewart literally filling time for large chunks of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the gist is that the Doctor and Anne are now trying to build their machine.
Yeah.
And Donna's getting taken away to Piccadilly Circus, which is where the Great Intelligence's base is.
Oh yeah, she's a hostage.
She's a hostage. She's hanging out there with Travers. Travers
What's
eventually.
Martha doing? Is Martha just standing in a corner going, "Hello"?
Apparently. Yeah.
It's kind of the way they treated Martha in the series, actually.
Yeah.
Should we get a bit more action with Magambo? I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know what she'll be doing. She'll be doing Jamie's role. She'll be doing Jamie's role. So yes, she would be getting more action with Magambo. She'll be kind of
good. I like
she's off with the Colonel.
Running up and down with the Colonel. Yeah.
Opening doors that have got blob behind them.
Opening pointless doors and in scenes that
closing them again
aren't going to be used because
Yeah.
Don't add anything.
Yeah.
Travers does eventually get released from the Grey Intelligence's control.
Mhm.
And then Arnold turns up. Arnold's still around. He's kind of hanging around in the tunnels,
Yeah.
looking a bit injured, but otherwise fine.
Mhm.
And they go, "How do you survive the web?" And he goes, "I'll explain later."
Yeah, he goes, oh, just web survival.
Web survivors, yeah.
Northern, man. Because I'm northern. Well hard.
Yard.
Harder than web. Harder to web me. Happened. And everyone complains about the Welshman.
So yeah, he meets up with Magambo and Martha in the tunnel.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they kind of head back to the base. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Anne are on a quest to take over a Yeti.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They got the Doctor's control thing, which makes it stop in its tracks when they're within about 2 feet of it, and then they can swap the sphere over, and then they're good to go.
You know what we should have done really was eliminate the character of Anne and give Martha all that stuff.
Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah,
But we didn't.
Yeah.
we didn't do that. Yeah.
So hey.
In retrospect, it makes much more sense for him to just be working with Martha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
We
We didn't choose that.
didn't do that. We didn't go down that route.
Think ahead.
No. No.
Hey, hey.
But it does mean we've got Sheridan Smith in it, so that's good.
Well, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that mean that David Tennant would have married her?
Because he just marries blondes? Is that what you're saying?
Whoever's
He
the
married
right
a
blonde,
blonde,
the right
I mean,
blonde
yeah.
in the right place
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
he does
at the
have a
right
lot of
time.
ex-girlfriends that are blondes, so you know.
Yeah.
Hello, blondes. Oh, love a blonde.
So yeah, then the fungus breaks in through the wall of the base. The base is fucked.
Ooh.
Love that shot. Love the model shots in this. Really
Yeah.
nice model shots all the way through this.
Yeah, yeah,
I do think the one at the end of episode 2 where it's coming out of the tunnel is pretty bloody indistinguishable.
Yeah.
yeah. It's good actually. Yeah,
Really good stuff.
yeah.
You know who did the effects work on it? Who did the model shots? They did it well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everyone raises their game very slightly on this. Yeah,
Yeah.
Comes
Probably
from a good
Camfield.
director. Yeah, big
Yeah.
Camfield. Camfield not taking any nonsense from these BBC types.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know.
Listen, you fucker, I worked with William Harville and survived. Now you give me my fucking model shot.
Gonna come back here, and if that model shot ain't good enough, I'm gonna break all your fingers.
Yeah. I'm Douglas Camfield and I haven't had my lunch.
I always associate Camfield for a long time. The only picture you ever saw of him in, like Doctor Who Monthly or magazine, was that one of him wearing the kind of woolly hat, just kind of looking really angry and pointing.
Pointing beard everywhere, and yeah.
That's how I picture him.
Please don't tear my legs off, Douglas Camfield. I'm going to tear your legs off because I don't like your legs.
Imagine the size of Douglas Camfield's balls.
I'm getting into a fight with a fucker. No, Douglas, please. You hit me, it's murder. Oh, murder.
Where were we?
Christopher Barry and people in the background going, no, Douglas, no.
Oh, no.
No. Shut up. Note, Douglas Camfield was most likely not like this in real life.
No.
Getting back to the story. The base gets destroyed by the fungus, so they're running around the tunnels now.
Mhm.
They're fleeing for their lives.
Right.
The Doctor and Anne release their Yeti because they're worried about.
Yeah, they don't know who's the intelligence. It could be anyone, so it's just let's keep this to ourselves.
Yeah, they kind of want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah. Which I like. That's the reason that actually makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah,
For the whole, for us to not know which one the Yeti is.
it's quite thoughtful, actually. Yeah. So yeah, they meet up with Magambo and Martha and Arnold, and they all get captured basically at that point. And Evans, Evans gets captured as well. Everyone gets captured basically. And then there's a bit more
I do
time.
like the bit where he's going, "Oh, I was going to do a desperate rescue attempt." And all of them are just looking at him.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Arnold escapes, actually. He escapes again. They kind of distract the Yeti and he runs off. And he bumps into Chorley. Chorley's alive. mysteriously.
Yeah.
So
John is alive!
John is alive. Dive, my whole man. So we're building up our suspects. We've got a little pool of suspects now.
Yeah.
They'll get taken back to Piccadilly Circus, basically. And the doctor, he gets a chance to give Donna his kind of control thing.
Yeah.
So look after that.
Yeah.
Hey?
It's just sounding a bit dodgy.
His control thing. You've got a control thing.
It was Donna's control.
It's like, yeah, give it to Donna. And then he gets taken off. He's going to be, he's going to have his mind wiped in the machine.
Brain sucked.
Brain sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just in the ticket office. It's been set up in the ticket office, this machine. And Travers and actually Travers and Donna are there, aren't they? Yeah. So maybe he gives it to Martha. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, everyone meets up there again, so it's fine. They all end up there. And the doctor gets put in the machine, and we finally get the revelation: the intelligence is Arnold. Yeah.
What can brass and intelligence like? Right.
I do like that bit though, with Geordie going to go, "It's not me."
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are there standing there.
I think episode 6 is great in general.
Yeah. It's very nicely put together.
Yeah.
I mean,
but as you say, they are padded in places.
They are padded.
Whereas episode 6 isn't.
And the whole trailer thing, I mean, it doesn't kind of stack up a huge amount. You don't go, "Oh, is Arnold? Oh, okay, that makes sense." You know, it's kind of yeah. I mean, I assume sometimes he's himself because a lot of the time he's helping them. I don't know.
No, well, I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking, is Arnold simply possessed like Papa Sambavarbot was? And then at the end, the intelligence goes, "No, it's Arnold's lifeless body."
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that meant presumably the great intelligence was practicing a Yorkshire accent at some point. Talking to his bro, the slightly lesser intelligence, kind of going, "What do you think of this? Then that's terrible. It's terrible. Then don't do it like that. Really."
Happen I will.
Happen I might though. Cold heart. No, I think you'll find that.
Go to the foot of our stairs.
Pasty. Yeti.
So he's in London and he gets away with it completely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, he puts the doctor in his machine, and then this is when Martha releases her Yeti, her pet Yeti, gets released. There's a big old fight, some explosions. They drag the doctor out of the machine. He's not very happy with them because he'd already
No,
swapped
he's
the
not
wires.
happy at all. He's not happy at all.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
I love the way that he's just straight away going, "No, stop it, you bloody idiots."
Yeah, like this isn't all his fault, you know.
Yeah. And we have seen him. There's that bit earlier on where he's given the helmet for the first time and he just flicks things over.
Just flicks him over,
If you're
yeah.
paying attention,
Yeah.
he's done a thing.
Yeah.
But it's not telegraphed, and I like that.
It's quite subtle, which is nice. Yeah.
It
it's
is,
nice.
it is, yeah.
Nicely done.
So does this mean that Tennant would have a Tennant strop on for the rest of the story?
Yeah.
He'd be doing that face.
Mm-hmm.
Like
kind of drop on. I mean, that's it's a bit close to a tendency strap on.
You can probably buy them from specialist stores.
Oh, hello. That's what it says to you.
Oh, at certain moments, yeah.
It'll be like a Palatoy talking Dalek in that way. You'll be able to press buttons and it'll just say phrases.
Yeah.
While it's inside
attack.
The Tom Baker underpants are nothing on this.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Your vagina. That's weird. Assuming that's where it's going. I mean, I don't want to specify.
Why not be? So anyway,
it's not blonde.
You're not a real blonde. That's the end of the story.
Yes.
They leave.
Basically.
That's it. They leave.
Yeah.
Just about enough time to say.
An abrupt ending, isn't it?
It really is. So,
They're going down the tunnel. You almost want to see that scene where they get back to the TARDIS and go in and it dematerializes, but it's just kind of like, oh, the trains might start running and whoosh.
Yeah, they don't even make it to the TARDIS. It's like,
They run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do quite like that Aaron is left to explain everything to Geordie. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
So, and that's,
Sheridan Smith's just going to punch him.
Yeah.
But presumably Martha says, "Hey, wait for me," and goes off with them because she's
in the next story.
the next story.
Yes. Whatever that story may be.
Whatever that
If
is.
it
Yes.
doesn't, we could leave that open-ended.
We leave that open-ended. She can turn up for a dozen stories.
She can either go off with them or she can stay there.
Well, it gives us a nice kind of, option when we need two companions.
It does.
David Tennant story.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure we did need two companions in the end. We kind of could have got away with it.
No, we didn't.
I think maybe it's the 45-minute episode format. You just don't have room. There's not as much running around.
Yeah, you got the room.
Yeah.
And as you said, it is, Web of Fear is padded somewhat.
Yeah.
It's padded very well.
It's well padded.
Ensplinment.
Which is better then?
Which is better?
Which is better? I mean, the original's great.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's got Patrick Troughton in it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's not better, but it might be equal. It would certainly be a really good story.
I think this story works better as a black and white six-parter.
Yeah,
It
the
does as
atmosphere and stuff.
a noughties two-parter. I think it's more suited to that format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. There's not a lot of the sort of stuff that RTD would bring to it in there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, there's not a lot of the six-parters from that era that you can look at and go, that wouldn't benefit from being shorter. But I think this is actually one of them. I don't think being shorter would help it that much. So,
there is an awful lot, in the padding. There's an awful lot of atmosphere and scares, and people dying.
Yeah.
Suddenly we lose characters, and that matters.
Yeah.
It might be plot padding, but we've just lost and night and people we care about.
Yeah.
So it does.
Well, you get to the end of all those soldiers that we met in part one have been massacred by that point. They were all gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
None of them make it.
No. Just the colonel.
Yeah, just the colonel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a kind of Japanese game show. Which one of you is going to get a spin-off series then?
Yeah.
You're going to go forward into the next incarnation. Fight!
Maybe that's why the unit guys can survive everything, because after that they just went, we need to train these guys a bit better.
Did they know in this one that they were going to bring back Lethbridge Stewart, because he does seem to be wearing plot armor all the way through?
I
Yeah.
don't think they did. I don't think they did.
All right. That's not Derek Sherwin's story, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think Derek Sherwin's first story was Web of Fear that he worked on. And I think he, straight away saw this and went, "Oh, that's a good format."
Yeah.
And Courtney was, of course, always good, always reliable as well.
Yeah.
Never caused any hassle on set, came in, said his lines, said them well. So you want someone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Sherwin was very aware of the strain it was taking on Troughton in season 6 because it's so much work.
Yeah.
Therefore, you spread it out a bit.
Yeah.
Your main character doesn't have to do so many of the lines.
Yeah.
Well, shall we see what we're doing next?
All right.
Yes.
Are we going 1 to 13 or 1 to 14? Because we have had the 14th Doctor's era.
I thought we were going 1 to 14, but I mean, I'm quite happy to go 1 to 13, frankly.
We'll go 1 to 14.
Yeah.
1! After all that, got Mr. Artnell.
Yeah,
He seemed to have had quite a bit of heart.
he's come up with quite a bit, hasn't he? Yeah.
209.
Oh, blimey. All right. Hartnell.
It's because we invoked him earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said his name 3 times.
We did. Okay. All right. Okay. So, that's the Hungry Earth / Cold Blood.
Oh.
So that'd be Silurians then. Silurians and Hartnell.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, it can't be Ian and Barbara then, because they're immediately going to go, "Oh right, we're home, bye."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Arnold does have other companions.
Yeah.
It does. Nothing immediately suggests itself with this one to me, does it?
I mean, I suppose if it is Ian and Barbara, you could set it in a historical period, which
It
wouldn't
could be one
affect
where
the
they
story
leave.
too badly.
They could leave.
I'll have Stephen and Dodo.
So in the 1920s, and then they're not going to want to leave, Or
Yeah.
you could have Stephen and Dodo. Yeah.
Stephen and Vicky.
Stephen and Vicky.
Oh, just Dodo, and she gets a bit tired halfway through.
Vanishes.
Goes away, doesn't come back.
I think we already did that one. I think we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She went off and married the massive head thing.
Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasant's head.
I mean, it's tempting to do it again, but I think we might get lynched.
I'm doing every single story that Dodo's in.
All right, that was Time Ram. You've been listening to The Web of Fear with David Tennant. Not actually with David Tennant, it was with us three. I'm Paul Ferry, and I've also been joined by Rupert Booth.
Oh, goodbye.
And Barry Williams.
Well, that's a nice one.
I'd like to thank Ben Jones for our music. You can follow us on what was formerly Twitter, what is now X. Rupert is at Rupert Booth. I am at Paul38, and Baz is at Baz Time Ram. Search Time Ram Podcast on Facebook to see our Facebook page. We've also got a website, www.timeram.com. And there's also some stuff on Tumblr, I think. There's some stuff on Tumblr. You can get access to extra material by subscribing to Time Ram Podcast on Patreon, or leave us a nice review at some place that you get your podcasts from, wherever that is. So join us again next time when it... Wait, what's that? Can you hear that noise? It's like a stampeding, trumpeting noise. What is it? It's Nelly! It's Nelly! She's joined us, Nelly the elephant.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Nelly.
We now cut to a Peter Cook sketch for the next 5 minutes. Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's probably better than this.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I'm going to say, I like the probably. That's very confident.
Confident.
We might be better than Peter Cook. We're not saying we are.
On our Doctor Who podcast.
I'm not saying we are.
Against his broadcast BBC television show that helped to redefine the face of comedy in the 60s. Yeah.
Direction point! Direction point!
A Doctor Who podcast network.